Ladies, entities, and gentlemen, welcome to the Proton Splat League. It's still week 9. I'm your commentator, Salma. From joining me on the mic is Crackhead.
Hello, good evening.
You're probably going to turn up a little bit.
I hear you.
Alright. And tonight we've got Octo-pella versus Geek. Let's say hi to the teams. I'm running a little bit behind, so we're going to make this quick. Octo-pella, captained by What's Up Stare, featuring 8-Fay, Garchomp, Lucian, Mr. Nebula, and Prezi Ihon. Versus Geek, captained by Castaway Gaming, featuring Presto Gaming, Inc., Silver Shadow, Yukiko, Dragon Echo, and Blue Hopper. Maps and modes are the same as yesterday. So, let's hang out on this screen for a little bit while I get into the lobby. In the meantime, get the gamble going for chat.
Looks like the teams are ready to go here. We're starting off.
Yep, it's time for some Turf War Surgeon Shipyard.
This is a rough map for Turf War. It's got a lot of elevation changes. There's a lot of little corners around there that teams often forget to ink. It's a little bit interesting. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah. I mean, as we saw with yesterday's match, Gold Guardians versus Repika, a perfectly valid strategy is just rush the enemy base and pin them in.
Absolutely, and that kind of almost worked for us earlier this evening too. Didn't quite get the win.
Alright, looks like both teams are ready to rock.
Let's go.
Let's see what we've got.
And as the standings sit, Doppelganger sits at 9 and Tilted Axis in 11 in the season of PSL.
Yep. That's for tomorrow, though. For tonight, on the side of Octo-pella, we have a bucket, we have a heavy edit Splatling, we have an 89, and we have a 52 gal. Meanwhile, over on the side of Geek, we have an 89. We have a Neo Splash, we've got a roller, and we've got a heavy edit. Similar-ish comps.
And the edit goes down.
A trade there between the roller and the heavy edit, but that heavy edit had a cooler.
Look at how the green team is painting up there.
Yeah, currently Octo-pella is leading in turf and trying to keep and pin their base, but that roller did escape earlier.
And they go 3-on-3 in short succession, and they're pushing back into mid. Here comes the strikes.
The kid goes down to the kneel slab. Currently, Geek does have possession of mid, but Octo-pella is not far behind. This match could go either way.
It could. It looks like they're getting a good push over here for Geek. One goes down, the roller's down. And then we have a bucket fighting by themselves in mid, going on a 1v2. Got backup coming with the edit.
At the worst time.
Absolutely, but it looks like they're retaking a little bit of the lead here. And there comes the strikes, and they've got one pinch if they want it, but they go 2 down in the process.
1 minute left, and it looks like Octo-pella might have more of their base covered.
Yeah, that's a strong point in this match, map, because that's what I was talking about, all those areas that are often overlooked. And if it's 45 seconds of Geek gets a good push, anything can happen right here. And then 2 go down on Octo-pella.
Heavy Edit doing their best to try and put in some work.
Looks like they might be... Ooh, 3 down on Octo-pella. Oh, there's the wipeout.
Ooh,
Last
with
20 seconds
left, you don't want to see that.
That's devastating. That's going to be really hard to come back from. They get 1. They still have a little bit of time here, but their base isn't painted. Yeah, and that's going to be the match.
Telling me then if they win for Geek Inc. We'll see what the cats have to say.
And my fault about misspeaking on the teams earlier. I was kind of looking at the wrong information.
No, that's totally fine. I don't have color lock on.
So, and we are looking at Geek Inc. sitting 7th in the standings and Octo-pella at 12th. And that's really coming into play here as the season closes. You're looking at that cutoff line for the gold bracket, the silver bracket for the playoffs.
Let's give them their flowers, though, because Turf War goes to Geek.
The good back and forth match, you like to see that. You know, it wasn't really favored in one team or the other. Just that wipeout in the last 20-30 seconds really decided the match. Before that, it could have gone either way.
That was a certified Turf War moment.
It is. And that's kind of what you play for in Turf War. You know, you're looking for that last 30 seconds, 45 seconds to get a cooler out and try not to die, right? We'll see if you can get a couple
not dying
picks.
is the key to winning Turf War.
Yeah, a little more so than Anarchy, where you can afford to, you have 5 minutes, it's a little bit of a longer match, and it can be a little bit more back and forth play. Looks like we're getting a substitution here.
Yep, moving on. It is time for Splat Zones, Barnacle and Dime. By the way, just sanity checking with chat. How are the volume levels doing?
Looks like stairs coming in for Octo-pella. That
could be a bit quieter, commentators could be a bit louder. I can do that. Let me go ahead and boost myself. Let me turn the game down just a touch. And go ahead and boost my code on here. 131 ought to be good.
Awesome, thank you. Hopefully that's a little better, chat. But yes, we are looking at Splat Zones here.
This is another very lockout-heavy map.
Yes, and I'd like to point out that the changes they made to the map did almost nothing to prevent that, even though that may have been the intention of the developers. It's still very lockout-heavy, and that can happen very quickly in this map, especially if you have faster weapons that are capable of moving up.
I mean, you do have that large area that can also get you into mid, but They just turn to the left, or the right, rather.
Mm-hmm.
That upper stack is really just an incredible position to be in if you are a pencil. Fun fact,
Yes.
this meta favors pencils.
Yes, you're gonna see those a lot, and you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see one coming out right here. We do have one of the things about this map is if they get on your plat, like it's over because you can't even get out of the upper levels of your own spawn.
Well,
We'll see how it goes.
It would be over were it like if they stopped painting and they just let you paint your own side, so you couldn't build special. But if they let you build special, then you can get in. On the side of Octo-pella, we have that bucket. We have a ballpoint splatling. We have a Tematech splatter shot, and we have an NZAP 85, the beloved one. On the side of Geek, we have one down already. We have a Dreadringer. We have a Neo Splat. We've got a Roller, and we have a heavy edit splatling.
And interestingly enough, there are no pencils out tonight.
Well, there's a ballpoint. That's close enough.
2 down on Geek Inc. The zone flips. Here comes the strikes. And it's 2 on 2.
That was a nice cancel on that reef slider. Those strikes begin work. Geek Inc. in possession with lead, but we will see if Octo-pella can contest that. Ooh, that was unfortunate.
And they go 2 down on Geek Inc. Octo-pella's making a push. The zone flips. Let's see what they do here. They got a roller jumping in for Geek Inc. and then they bought all 4 back. Here comes the strikes. Ooh, that's dangerous. They go 3 down. And then they punish the reef slider. Yes, it is. So Octo-pella's moving up, trying to take some space. It's kind of what we were talking about.
There's the leads flip.
Strikes coming out on the plat. The splash goes down, and the edit.
Oh, but the roller's about to play the game.
Yes, the roller gets a bubble off in the zone. Here comes the reef slider. That'll flip it.
Ooh, that's a wipeout.
That's a wipe. Let's see what Geek Inc. does with this.
That is a
They're pushing up a little bit more.
Octo-pella.
Yes, it is 43. And Geek Inc. is pushing up a little bit more aggressively here than Octo-pella did when they got their wipe. Let's see what they can do. They get the splash down on Geek Inc. and then the roller goes down.
There's the lead swap.
Yes. They flip the zone.
More strikes come out.
Oh, and they that jump
sides.
on the edit. Yes, the edit jumped right into the strikes on the on Geek Inc.'s plat, or Octo-pella's plat. Excuse me. So they're stair moving up with the zap on their own. Now we got backup coming in. Here comes another reef slider. Doesn't get anybody, but neutralizes the zone.
Not quite able to cap. Here comes the jetpack, getting shot at by the heavy edit.
Edit goes down. Ooh, they almost tied it right there.
Almost the lead left. 41 to 40 remaining. Both teams have penalty to burn.
2 minutes in this match. Let's see if Octo-pella's trying to flip the zone again here. You have the roller coming up on the right street. It's really kind of dangerous.
Carry from the bucket. There's the zone flip.
And then they got the jet out. Here comes the strikes from Geek Inc. on the zone. Doesn't neutralize immediately. Here goes the reef slider for the cap. And Octo-pella's 3 down right now.
Minute 20 left on the clock. Scores 40 to 41. This is really close.
Now Geek Inc. is almost
for Geek Inc. though. Oh, but that zone is getting contested.
There you go. There's the flip. Let's see if they can get this moving, get a push going here. They do have a. Oh, Geek Inc. will take the zone back. With that penalty, it keeps getting smaller and smaller every time Octo-pella caps. The Splash getting behind and doing some damage there on Octo-pella.
Okay, I do have
a lot of strikes going off.
Yeah, there's a lot of strikes coming in from Octo-pella.
Yeah, and then
3 down on the side of
goes
Geek
3 down. Octo-pella can really capitalize off this push and try to take the lead here. There are only 20 seconds left in the match. They do have a 5 penalty.
They
4,
just
3,
have to
2,
hold for
1.
a little bit longer, and that lead flips.
There's a lead. Yeah, it looks like Geek is going to capture the zone.
Oh, not yet.
Oh, wow, you're right. And they go 3 down.
Splat Zones goes to Octo-pella.
I like the grit of staying in the match. That was a really long and hard-fought match, and they came out with the win.
Absolutely. That's the kind of back-and-forth close game you love to see in the PSL.
Absolutely, and all those strikes at the same time is kind of what made the difference that put Geek Inc. on the back at the wrong time.
Absolutely. Splat Zones goes to Octo-pella. It is anyone's set.
And coming up next,
about the prediction, 100% of the points in the pool are for Octo-pella. So either you get your points back or they go to the void.
coming up next, we've got Tower Control at Ship Shape.
Yeah, I've made my opinion known about Ship Shape before. Like, it does what I see Arawanamal do, but better. Because there's more walls you can climb. Do I think it should be a set-deciding map in all modes? No. Rainmaker is just too funny. But Tower
Yeah,
Control's
the Rainmaker. Yeah, the Rainmaker. That left pathway is a little awkward over the bridge, you know, and then the other option is to go down a hallway right in their spawn. So I'm not sure I would have designed it that way, but yeah, Tower Control is interesting here because it can flip real easily. It's just about having that control and watching those lanes for the opposing team to move in on you.
I wonder if Octo-pella is going to keep bringing multiple strikes.
Yeah, that was an interesting play, and it worked out in their favor just at the right time. Looks like the teams are readying up. We're gonna go into Tower Control. I'm interested to see if either of these teams leans more towards a backline player in this map, as opposed to the backline on both teams being a heavy edit in the previous match.
You could see a Hydra. Big up bomb on tower is good. Nope, looks like we're seeing a heavy edit from Octo-pella. Oh, we're seeing a pencil, though, from Geek Inc. On Octo-pella, we also have a bucket, we have a V-shot, and we have a brush. Meanwhile, on Geek Inc., in addition to that pencil, we have a Splash-O-Matic, a Zinc Mini, and a 52 gallon.
The brush is already down, and so is the mini. It's 3-on-3 right now, the brush is spawning. Geek Inc. has a lot of map coverage in the middle right now.
Ooh, 2 down on both sides. But the splatter shot did manage to get behind and is not going down without taking that 52 with him. Octo-pella making the red at checkpoint 1.
Brush goes down, they lose the tower. Here's the Zuka. 3 shots, no kills. tower is neutralized right now. Looks like Octo-pella's bunching up on the left side to defend the grate. They rotate right to defend the tower. And Crab's out.
Geek though.
They have a cooler up there too. Down to 3-on-3. Tower changes hands. Here comes the strikes. Octo-pella. Bubble goes up.
Ooh, that's 3 down on the side of Geek. Octo-pella taking that tower back with confidence.
They might get first check here at least. Let's see what happens. Yeah, 2 go down on Geek Inc. Looks like they're going to pull the check.
That's a wipeout.
There's a wipeout.
There's checkpoint 1 for Octo-pella. Whale does manage to get a pick. Oh, that brush is hanging in there on the checkpoint 2.
And here goes the edit on.
Back.
It's 2-on-2 again. Still have the edit on Geek Inc.'s platform, pushing on the gal. He goes down. Zuka out. Octo-pella looking for something. Doesn't find anybody.
But Geek Inc. does take the tower back. Splash survived for a long time there. I would have been dead 3 times over.
You and me both. Looks like Geek Inc. is gradually pushing out, trying to take back some space. Here goes the strikes. They go 1 down. Bubble on the tower. It's 3-on-3 again.
Rush, though.
Rush goes down, and the Gal goes down for Geek Inc. Octo-pella takes the tower again. There's 2 down on Geek Inc.
Octo-pella can win just by holding the tower and keeping Geek Inc. at bay. Ooh, unfortunate Trizuka cancel.
Yeah, that's always rough.
52 cares not for your Trizuka.
So here goes Geek Inc. putting some pressure on the tower. There is a minute 20 left. Technically anything can happen, but here comes the heavy edit, getting 2, maybe 3 here.
Looks like one of them jumped out.
That's a good call when you're 3 down, I think. It's just, at this
the
point,
heavy edit does not care. They want the kills.
Yeah, he plays pretty aggressively. I've noticed that about IHOP. Not your typical Splatling player, I will say that much.
Octo-pella trying again for checkpoint 2, but that whale's going to keep him away from tower. They clear it. 30 seconds left, and Octo-pella is on their way to the goal. They just have to break through.
And that gets tougher and tougher on this map as you get to that 3rd checkpoint, because it's really easily defendable. There's a crab on the tower.
Three, 2, 1. That's game. Octo-pella was in possession of the end.
I really thought they were going to be able to push for that overtime point at least at the end there.
And we get to see a fist bump. Tower control goes to Octo-pella. Rainmaker is set point for Octo-pella.
I'll be honest, this is one of my favorite Rainmaker maps. I just really have a affinity for ramen. I love it. It can go back and forth so easily. There's been a lot of times we've been down really bad in this map and are able to come back and get the win.
There have been some funny things that have happened on this map for my team. I think we all remember legendary Vincent moment number 3. I forget the exact mode on Robo Ramen, but essentially Vincent was playing Sploosh and had the best shark ever, and completely managed to flip the game.
Yeah, that's kind of what I like about this map, is that single player can make a difference in a match when it's going the other way. Because there's so many different ways to get behind them, especially with the Sploosh. It's another one with a lot of hidden elevation changes and paintable walls that can allow you access to get behind them, but the checkpoint being on a high ground. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to make a joke. Your analysis of the map is more important.
Okay. That checkpoint on the elbow being on the high ground, if the team that's pushing can take that checkpoint without going down at all and keeping all 4 of their team members alive, it's really difficult to defend that.
Yeah. I was going to say, imagine one of the good maps in this game with paintable walls, in a game where you can swim up walls.
Yeah, as a brush player, that may be why I like the map so much. A lot of freedom of movement, if you have the right paint.
I mean, I would best describe my playstyle as a chaotic rat.
Yes. I feel that. What do you main?
Junior.
Oh, yeah. I feel that.
On the side of Octo-pella, we again have that bucket, we again have that heavy edit, we again have that splatter shot, and we have that NZ89. Meanwhile, on the side of Geek, we have a Neo Splash, a Splat Snapper Nouveau, a roller, and a heavy edit.
So Geek goes 2 down. And this aggressive play from Octo-pella is moving all around that heavy edit as he plays aggressively. It kind of changes the dynamic of the match. Couldn't quite get the checkpoint though.
Really? I thought that was checkpoint for sure.
That's so frustrating when that happens. Ooh, swims into the suction bomb, the roller goes down, it's...
Ooh, that's essentially 3 down on the side of Octo-pella.
Yeah. And so Geek is going to go ahead and try to make a push here.
There's a
Got
crab
the
out.
chickens coming. They come up short as well, and it's
3 down on both sides. It is a 1v1.
Comes the strikes at the elbow. Octo-pella's trying to reset here and get their team back up to the check to defend it. Score is really close here, 82 to 71. Octo-pella leading. He jumps to lower level with the Rainmaker. That's an interesting choice to me. Oh, they're going for the right checkpoint. Let's see how that goes.
They get found.
That's a really tough checkpoint because it's an illusion. It looks very easy to get to, but it's not always the case. So now they're going to go back and try the checkpoint at the elbow, being chased by the roller there. Ooh, and he drops down to lower level. That's a bad Rainmaker position.
Stop the Rainmaker shot. That's a wipe.
That's a wipe for Geek. And I would not be surprised if they get the check. And this is what I was talking about. Having 4 up when you get the check and then the crab comes out. It's really oppressive. And here comes strikes. Ooh, the edit gets 2?
Down on that bomb.
Oh, that was a bomb. I thought that was the edit. Forgive me.
Yeah, it definitely got the assist on that. The Rainmaker.
So they are going to grab the
Geek
Rainmaker.
is in possession.
And everybody on Octo-pella is respawning right now. So they have an advantage here. Just weren't quite able to capitalize. And get
Down
the
on the
points
side
here.
of Geek Inc.
And that is this map for you. Octo-pella was now up 3-1 briefly, and they have a chance to push. Zuka comes out on Octo-pella. Here goes
to
the
71. Octo-pella in possession of the Maker.
See if they can get the checkpoint here with this push. Geek Inc. is heavily defending the elbow. Stamper goes down. Rainmaker is alone.
Are they pushing for right check after all? No, they break
got it.
check anyway. Through the strikes.
My luck, I would die in the strikes without getting the check.
Nogami flipped the coin, and it just so happened to be in Octo-pella's favor.
Ooh, the Zuka shot takes out the Rainmaker. And Octo-pella has a chance to take back the lead here.
That roller is being chased. Possibly
Picks up their
pursuer on a wild goose chase.
Ooh, the roller comes up behind. The roller's the last one, though.
But roller's the only one up.
They grab the Rainmaker, push
There's
the
the lead
points,
swap.
take the lead. Ooh.
That's a lead of 5. That's a lead of 4. That is going to be tough for Geeking to come back from.
That's exactly what I was talking. That's this map for you on Rainmaker. It goes back and forth. There's 1 minute left and still anything can happen. They are taking the low ground for the push right now with the Rainmaker. Moving up to mid.
Oh, good hit from the Stamper.
Rainmaker goes down. Strikes come out from
That's a
Octo-pella.
strike moment. That's a
Yes.
Oh, that was a slosher.
Octo-pella gets their chumps out. Not in a hurry to grab here.
And with a lead of 4, I wouldn't be either.
Absolutely not. Make him come get it. And the roller's going to do just that coming up behind them. Let's see if he can make anything happen. Or if they can make anything happen.
3 down on the side of Geek Inc. though. They just need to hold for 3, 2, 1. That's game, and the set goes to Octo-pella.
We do have one more match coming up.
Yeah.
Or one more
Geek Inc.
game.
is not done yet. They can still earn points.
Coming up next is Clam Blitz at Brinewater Springs. Another extremely interesting map.
I like to call it better, more 8 out.
I agree with that assessment. I kind of miss Moray Towers, and I know that's an unpopular opinion, but I found it to be very fun.
Alright. 0 KOs so far, I want to point out. These two teams are very close skill-wise.
Yeah, the score doesn't really reflect the skill differential, because as you said, they are very close to each other. These matches have been very back and forth the entire time.
No KOs, no overtimes. And no substitutions, apparently.
Doesn't look like it. Here comes Clam Blitz. So that's the thing about Brinewater. You have the opportunity for either the Chargers, Splatlings, whatever you may have, to get on that upper ramp and cover mid. And then you have your Slayers running around down there in the arena where anything can happen. It gets kind of interesting because of the dynamic it provides. Because you always have to keep an eye out on what's going on the ramp above you.
Yeah. And then you have the one NZAP 89 ratting in that lower area, just dumping chumps into enemy spawn.
Yes. Or sometimes, you'll get even the E-leader will jump down there and just hang out. They have a whole view of the mid area. I typically see that more in Splat zones.
Let's see what they bring to Clam Blitz, though. Who's ready for some football? These comps are very similar, but slightly different. We've got that bucket, we have a Hydro Splatling, and we've got that Splatter Shot and a Zap 89. Meanwhile, on the side of Geek Inc., we also have an 89, we still have that Stamper, we have that Roller, and we have that Heavy Edit. Current clam economy favors Octo-pella.
Yes, and bringing that Hydra into the map instead of the Heavy Edit makes that difference because he can just stand there on that ledge and cover all the mid. And now they're all moving up.
That was a bold push.
Here goes the Booyah at the basket. Let's see if they try to get this ball.
The last second throw does manage to get the score. We have some football.
Let's see
Unfortunately,
if they
that is a single power clam push, looks like.
And Geek Inc. is right back on him.
Of course, Geek Inc. does have that pity football that's not going to go anywhere for the entire match once they grab it. That's their ticket to overtime. That's 2 down on Octo-pella. Geek Inc. does have a football.
They lose the Stamper, but they may still try to make a push here. There is a Booyah coming in from the Hydra. Zap is trying to get...
Roller's trying to get in. Unfortunately, they're not able to. Geek Inc. goes 3 down.
And this might be another push coming.
7 carried by the end zap.
You got your... Yeah, it looks like another push.
Oh no, that was almost... That was an unfortunate death. They pick it up, and there we go. Another power clam in. Unfortunately, that's just another power clam only push, though.
Right, and that's just going to give Geek Inc. the opportunity to pull up that pity and try to make a push now. A little bit of a counter push. The Splatter Shot is really... Okay.
There's a football in from Geek Inc. They take lead with just a couple of clams.
They've still got a couple
Stamper
more there.
keeping that basket open.
They may be by
They do
themselves
lose the power clam. They pick up their pity clam, though.
The basket's going to close on them before they can make it up there. It's looking like...
That's a hefty penalty. They're going to need 1 clam after the power clam in order to burn through it and start earning points again.
And they did lose their pity in that push. So Geek Inc. is now
out.
Octo-pella's pushing to score. Gets some follow-up and take the lead.
Ooh, unfortunately, the Hydra gets taken down before they can throw that power clam in. That would have been a juicy lead. Scores 48-56. Minute 20 left on the clock.
Roller goes down for Geek Inc., followed by the Stamper. And they did grab their pity again. So interestingly enough, they did pick up their pity again.
Yeah, it was a little early to be doing that. But maybe they plan to just hold back in their pace. Or they plan on having Octo-pella give them another pity.
That may be the case here. They are pushing. Octo-pella pretty confident there with the jumps into mid. What they go down to, it looks like Geek Inc. had an opportunity. Just their ball carrier went down.
Stamper was probably expecting someone to be there.
Jumping to the basket. Jumping to the bubbles.
There's football.
Ooh, one more clam for lead for Geek Inc. They have the lead.
14 seconds left.
And then they go 3 down.
40.
That's a soft wipe on Geek Inc. There may be a counter push here, but there is going to be overtime. to our first overtime match of the night. See if Octo-pella can make something happen.
It's Clam Blitz. Don't expect anything but overtime.
When Octo-pella goes 2 down on that push, that deuce. Oh no, they were
is,
so close.
Enough. That's game. Your scores are 10-5. Very close on the overtime. That was just another unfortunate wipeout.
Yeah, really bad time for that. There's never a good time for a wipeout, but that's not it.
Yeah. Clam Blitz in overtime goes to Geek Inc. These two teams played incredibly well against each other.
Yeah, they matched up really well. That was a really good set to watch. I'm glad I was able to see that this evening.
Absolutely. As for future matches to look out for, tomorrow at what did I set this match for? 6:30 p.m. Pacific Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. It's my team, Tilted Axis, versus Dapplegame. And that will be commentated by my lovely co-com here, Crackhead.
Absolutely.
I think the music is too loud.
And then we have Sparkling Sea and Loud Noises tomorrow night at 9:30 Central.
I would cast that, but unfortunately there is a rule of only 2 matches per week.
So I may not be able to co-commentate your match because I might have misread the time, so I might be just doing that one later.
Yeah, we'll see. For all things Splatoon and more, keep it tuned to the Proton Splat.